Welcome to Yapping Walter's podcast. I'm your host, Walter, and today we have a guest. Introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Yugalilmochien. I go by name Yuga or Mochi. I'm a husky demon and vampire. I'm a V singer and illustration designer. Hey everyone, and thank you for inviting me, Walter.
Of course, of course. And that's a lot of things. First of all, you're the first husky demon VTuber that
Yeah,
I have heard.
husky demon slash vampire.
Yeah, that those three. That's the first combination that I have heard like mixed because usually VTubers are like a demon or a god or an animal or sometimes siren or whatever. So nice to. I actually said this in a previous podcast that I want to see VTubers doing more with their designs and or like teams. Like usually it's not usually, but I would say quite a times it is freaking animal like cat, dog, bunny. Ironic coming from a bunny, but that's enough of that. But like it's like those like cat, dog, bunny,
Yeah,
hellhound, etc. So it's nice to see change.
yeah, it is. I mean, most of them I see the trending is kitsune or
Yeah,
and fish
yeah.
VTubers because
Or
they're more trending. Like for example, like I don't know, like
Shy Lily is Orca, and she's probably the reason why Orca is
yeah,
quite popular. And to be clear, there's nothing wrong with those teams. I'm just nitpicking
yeah,
with the animals and teams, but like it's fine. If you want to be a dog VTuber, be a dog. I don't you it doesn't really matter.
yeah,
Just
because because it's just be happy who you are, and that's important. And I think you should also be curious or wondering like why did you choose that type of species and stuff like that. So like some of them I saw like, or I don't know, being an egg VTuber. Funny thing, that isn't like an animal. It's really cute, not gonna lie. And I like the fact that VTubers in general have the creativity behind, and they don't have to follow the same tradition. Like, you know what I'm saying? Trending is going on the kitsune, the fox. I mean, how many kitsune fox are we seeing? Like, there's quite a lot. And then a fish VTuber, we've seen a lot. Then a bunny VTuber. We haven't seen like an egg VTuber or a fruit VTuber, or the fact that we have not seen, a duck VTuber.
yeah.
So it's like that's for me. It's like it's really good, and that's what I like about having your unique designs and have the combination. Honestly, because I think it's better to have that rather than just follow the same species with obviously the law will be different, but the species will be same, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and of course, it's the model is not the whole story of the freaking streamer, of course, but like as you said, there isn't like
Mm.
a egg VTuber or a duck or like those aren't like the more they are rare because I do remember seeing a clip a duck VTuber a egg VTuber sorry, but like I don't remember who was it, but I saw a clip like of 2 years ago, year ago, something like that, and I was like, "Oh, nice to see diverse." But like, it's true that most VTubers are like Kitsune, Fox, like like we already said, like those, and it's good that people are diversing
Yeah,
the animals and the teams and yeah, also one other is succubus. I feel like I
yeah,
see that some a lot.
same. I see that a lot, and as well as
Hmm.
dragons as well, because um, like again,
Yeah.
dragons, the succubus, yeah, even devils as well. A lot of devils actually.
Yeah,
Well,
I do feel that the reason for that is because, well, where VTuber comes from, Japanese, and what Japanese are kind of nowadays known, like in the freaking like younger ages, like 20, 15, 16, like from 12 to like I would say 30. Well, anime, and in anime there are a lot of well succubus characters, so I do feel like that transforms into VTubing as well because well VTubing is basically an anime avatar.
yeah, and don't forget to add the
Yeah,
personality.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
for example, some people, like you said, as succubus, and they must have a reason to match with their personality. So, like for me, because I'm Cyprian Huskies and Demon Vampire, the reason why I picked that mixed breed blood type is because I like Huskies in general. In IRL, I love dogs, especially Huskies, Siberian ones, and I want to co-op with that with my Oshi, as well as I I like watch a bit of anime with the like relied on demons and vampires. So, and it's also like a dark fantasy as well in the combination with my OC.
Yeah, and
And
like when if that X person who wants to be a VTuber has good budget with models, usually I feel like usually they want like usually in those cases I'm not calling anyone like poor of ideas, but like when you have a bigger budget, for example, with like 2D model or chibi models or whatever, usually I feel like at least what I have seen, they are somewhat uh, more uh, diverse with their because well, VTubing is somewhat expensive hobby.
yeah, I mean, depends on your
Yeah, yeah,
budget
yeah, 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 yeah,
and
yeah.
it depends on, yeah. Um, um, Funny thing is, Walter, I didn't have this Oshi designed when I started when I started streaming. I previous used my pre-made model from the very beginning, and some of them are very free. For example,
Yeah, yeah.
the Sakimi Oni, I had that when I started streaming, and then there's a rabbit stream which is like €1 something from Estes. So in a sense, some of the models, I'm telling you not, it's really good. Um, and it's a good start to have that premium one, and then you develop it with your own OCs
Yeah.
into that. But
And
like some people, I noticed like some people have struggled with the concepts, and especially with when it comes to the ideas. Like I see some of them, like for example, have like the concept like maybe like doesn't match with the OCs and something like that. And for me, it's like, oh, that's fine. It's like, it takes times to understand the concept and the personalities, and where do you want to take the inspirations from anime and mangas to drama or K-pop drama, series.
yeah,
Like
and
there's a lot of horizon basically. And I
mm,
know some of them
yeah,
are not looked at okay because, like you said, it can be expensive, and that is true. Like for example, for people who don't have a budget, especially when they're who is students, who is on working, and then they don't have that sort of budget. You will end up having that. But like I said, it's always the try to start with minimum
yeah,
and go to that level basically, because like I said that in the beginning I just used pre-made models. I didn't have anyone at that time. I was very shy as a VTuber because I didn't understand that VTuber that much. I have followed, like watched VTubers, for example, um, I Am Mouse, um, Doki Birds, and then Amelie, who wasn't on VTuber at the time, but I love her songs all the time, and then she became VTuber.
yeah,
Yeah. And then pretty much other VTuber I admire. And I was thinking to myself, oh, okay, looks really fun. Maybe I'll join in. But that's like I said, I didn't know how this works. I feel like I mumbled a lot and scuffiness, but that's the beauty of it. I wish I wish I look at my time and say to myself, like, yo, it's okay to be like that. Take your time, be comfy. Someone will like your contents and someone will support you and all that. And here I'm still having a scuff moment. I have a moderator who was like, "Oh, you can do it." Like, dude, it's scuffed. I was like, I feel so ashamed. But at the end of the day, like, true people will support you no matter what, and stick to your side, and still see you grow. And there will be more people with growth. You know.
Yeah, and I learned this by watching one of my favorite Finnish content creators. And yes, people, if you were wondering, I'm from Finland. It's not a big secret, but like one of my favorite creators said that people are weird enough; they will watch weird stuff. So don't care about what you make. People will watch it if your content is like,
Yeah.
just make your content however you want it that people will watch because people already watch weird stuff.
Not only that, like sometimes, like, what do you like as a niche? Like, for example,
Yep.
like if you want to play video games, then go for it and make a short stuff. That's what I'm continuing doing. Or you're doing some small covers for short stuff. That's go for it. Go for the niche and then work on that. But remember, at the same time, is
Have fun.
quality. Yeah, have fun and quality over quantity. Don't burn yourself too much.
It and also I'm saying this a lot nowadays. It's a marathon, not a race, not a 100-meter
Exactly.
sprint.
Exactly. And unfortunately, like some people like think like, yeah, you need to rest. I do understand, honestly, in some people, but at the same time, like, take time and chill and, gradually you will get there. I mean, and also, you're working your butt off. Um, I always like when my communities, my beanies, whenever I end the stream, they always feel like, thank you for coming for streaming. Thank you for a wonderful stream. I really enjoy, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it's really nice, honestly.
and
But yeah, go for it.
and stay humble, because if you are not humble, well, you're gonna be turned to, well, a lot of influencers, aka flesh tubers in this case, I would say, are assholes in my opinion,
Yeah.
or like they waste their money on dumb stuff. I'm not saying like if you buy a supercar, that's a dumb stuff. No, but like most of freaking like flesh tubers, first of all, that's in my opinion silly term. But anyways, they use a lot of money on dumb stuff like buying multiple cars, and then they go bankrupt, and that stuff, like, it's dumb. And first of all, and secondly, don't do OnlyFans. Please don't.
Not just OnlyFans. Actually, did you actually know, like, some of the people just went for what's called My Fan? It's like equivalent to OnlyFans, basically. But it's worse.
Why, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
And the funniest thing is, OnlyFans started not as the platform you like currently see. It started like basically same as Patreon. Like
Yeah.
it started as a way that you connect to fans with like same kind of like system than Patreon has. Like you pay a subscription model, like subscription per month, and then the creator does some stuff, and you get to see them. Like if you first of all, don't think VTubing as a freaking as a business. Yes, I know agencies are basically like a business, but you are most likely to be an indie if you don't apply to be a Hololive or VSocial or Idol, or like if you don't apply to like to corporations and to be a agency VTuber. Yes, I know it. Most, no, not most, but like some agencies are quite well known. Like I said, those like
Yeah,
Vsauce or Hololive Idol, etc. But like, usually there
yeah.
are like caveats and contracts. What I have heard are kind of ass. But that's what I have heard. Like, but it's
I
also
think,
it's the Japanese culture.
yeah, I think it's mostly that what you heard is mostly from like the one is the worst
Nichi
currently.
Sanji, I believe it's called.
Yeah, Nikki Sanji and then Hololive. But other agencies like Shoujo's and even the other called the Lunatic Dreams and then Myron Room, they are a good agencies. They actually took care of VTubers and their audience. So it all depends on if you when you get into agencies, um, and if they treat you right and respect your rights, I think you'll do fine, and that's important, right?
Yeah.
Because yeah, sure, V agency helps you grow improvement in vast minorities and spread the word from the whole world, and that's good. I really do please. Um, but you also got to do the research really hardly because I've seen too many of Nichi Santis and Hololives getting a little bit bad rep, especially Nichi Santis right now, because they're making a bad decision right there.
Yeah, I know it's in like for in generally I would say it's when like it applies to video game companies as well. When the business takes over instead of like making the okay, this is gonna sound like a freaking slave shop, but when the product, aka in this case game or a VTuber, I know VTuber isn't a product, but like it applies to VTuber as well. When like a game is more like a shop, for example, it's mostly because of the business ideas and the corporation bullshit that goes to like game companies. And if a VTuber does something that they usually wouldn't do, it's probably because of the business stuff in their contracts. Usually,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
the freaking the person behind the VTuber isn't like money hungry person.
yeah, yeah. No, no, I do agree. I do agree where you're coming from, Walter. That's for sure. It is true. Like I feel really like, for example, one of the VTuber was um known as Doki Bird. She
Yeah.
got really hardcore by Michi Santi. She couldn't let her have a competition with the art stuff or have their own song, and I feel really sad. 'Cause she was willing to help out, have this her community um have submissions and stuff like that. So yeah.
It's the business model, business things that get in the way of either the person or the freaking game company. I know it applies to probably every industry, but since
But
VTubers are quite known playing games because well they're streamers. Streamers, in my opinion, is still kind of
don't
mainly
forget the
game for.
management. Don't
Yeah,
forget the management in the
yeah, yeah.
agency. So that's more important, because if your management doesn't treat you right again, then that's like when pipe hole go down, or with the repetition with their agencies along with that.
Yeah,
Even even if it's a business, it's a product, that is true. I do agree. But I do feel like it's a human. We're human, okay?
it
It's like we're basically like an idol Japanese culture. Unfortunately, it is true. Sometimes I don't understand this silly understand about why VTube and don't want to have the certain things. For example, oh, if you have an IRL partner, nobody cares about you, nobody won't follow you, and I'm like, can we not have this? You've seen a lot of people, a lot of YouTubers have the IRL, and it's like it's really good to see that. Be happy, be supportive. Don't get so jelly.
I'm this is gonna be an assumption or a guess, but like the probably the reason why people are like if the freaking VTubers in a relationship they get dumbass hate, it's because of the idol culture from Korea, China, and
Yeah, it's
Japan.
mainly Asian, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
Asia broadcast that way, and that's really sad, is what I'm saying.
Like I know I heard the story that the most known Japanese weathercaster, like a female weathercaster who got in a relationship, she got demolished by everyone in Japan because she was in a relationship. Fact, you check the story. I'm not 100%, but that's what I remember by it. Like the one of the most like known Japanese female weathercaster got a lot of
Yeah, yeah,
hate
I know. Yeah, I know. Well,
because of the relationship.
let's just say that person. I'm not saying any, like, don't want to go too detailed. Let's just say that person do deserve that, because after all the fact that manipulated way, basically, it's something sometimes people need to learn how the way in this way, and like never under judge your audience, especially when it's worldwide, because people come after you, millions, to the point they'll post the entire face of the shameness. So
and
yeah.
and that like the freaking press like being like this person is in a relation. I know that like K-pop artists or J-pop artists or like Asian pop in general, like,
Yeah.
if the artist or a band member gets in a relationship, it's freaking worldwide news for them. It's freaking catastrophe news. And I'm like, they got in the relationship. Why should I care? It's their business. If they're happy, it's good. It's not, in my opinion, it's not that bad. And in also, don't go to VTubers or streamers chat to be like, I have mental problems. The VTubers aren't in, I would say 95%, actually 97% of times, they aren't therapists. They
Yeah.
VTubers are a most of the times either an art channel, like an art streamer, or a channel on YouTube, or gamers, or yappers, or something else. But like art, gaming are the most what VTubers do.
Yeah.
Uh, and they're like, there's an actual like therapist out there. Like, go to them if you have mental problems. And
Yeah.
I see a lot of like VTubers saying on Twitter, because X is a dumb name. I'm gonna say that every time. That is a dumb name because it's a dumb name. Sorry, but like on Twitter, like not every, but most of the VTubers complain that don't come
Respect
to
the
my
opinion, honestly.
don't come to my chat. I'm not a therapist. Blah blah blah. And I'm saying like,
Oh yeah.
that's like the movie's the fucking obvious fact. It's
I mean,
just
it's true, but unfortunately, you gotta understand that some people out there just go to someone's stream, especially the VTuber, they traumatize. God, I had that quite a lot of experience, especially when newcomer entering into VTuber community. The first thing I seen is like, oh, I'm feeling so down because of X and Y and Z, and I'm like, okay, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm not your therapist. I'm just a person of entertainment, make things, cheer. But I hope you get better. Hope you will, because I really, there are times I have tell few of you who ain't a follower. I said like, you have to go check your a therapist.
yeah.
Okay, okay. Um, And unfortunately, there are times that people don't listen, so I have to forcefully, honest to God, ban or warn them. And you hear people like, "Oh, I get banned for no reason." You got banned for a reason, mate. And learn to take a hint is what I say.
Eh,
Because there are if the rules say no drama time, no negative emotion, there's a reason for it. You gotta respect the rules. Rules
yeah.
are rules, right? Of each VTuber. I still don't understand until this day that why people think it's okay to just come to someone else's stream and then start making sad story. It's a very depressing. Like you don't understand. It's like people don't understand. Like when we're also struggling here in IRL as a VTuber,
That's
right?
yeah, that is true. And
So does that make us like
we have all
we need to
in a nutshell, we have all our own shit to deal with, and
exactly,
we don't.
exactly, and
And
yeah,
like in most, it applies to it, like to, I would say, to games to some people, or movies to some, or manga or books or any, like if I'm like, for example, if I'm playing a game on my own time, I want to play a game. I don't want to think any shit that's going on, like dumbass politics or dumbass people with their dumbass hot takes or anything like that. I want to play the game. Or if
yeah,
I'm working on my games, I don't think anything else. I'm working on those, and like etc. etc. Everybody has their own way to escape reality. To some, it's VTubers, and that, like, we don't wanna. VTubers usually don't want to deal with trouble, aka like
yeah.
mental problems, or like uh, sad stories, or like terrible stories, like
Because they have their own mental problem themselves,
usually.
because we have our own problem. And like I kid you not, like, okay, if it's like, when you're in your community surveys, your own communities, and there's a someone I see like many survey, they have the bench channel, go for it. I have no issues. But like when you're in streaming, just don't do it, mate. Why would you do that? It's so dumb. Okay. I kid you not. Like sometimes people, most of them, some of the audience and some of them VTuber just don't have a sensibility of restraining themselves. And you're looking to yourself of like, why do I have to keep mince repeat? I get tired of mince repeat itself. Um, so it's like that. But like when you're in the communities and if there's a channel that says venting, then go for it. I'm sure someone will give you advice or tips. They're not fully 100%, but like at least they'll give you cheers.
Yeah.
um you know and also like I'm sure your community is also like there are times that when you have like VC or something, and if they want to talk about it, sure, they can talk about it. We respected it, if you don't want, if there's no need harm. But like, and it's hard, especially like I had like a few times someone's going down, and as a VTuber, and as well as like as I have a mod as well. um we try the best to uh give people advice, and you know look on the positive side, look forward to it. Not everything is about doom and gloomness, but also try to restrain that in when you're in a stream, because sometimes you lose the mood in your way.
Yeah, and like usually, I would say people have, like, when you're joining a stream, if the stream isn't a political one, because that's a lose-lose situation no matter what. But if like in most of other cases, go and have fun in their chat. All if you wanna lurk, then lurk. Totally.
Yeah, yeah, no
And
problem.
also VTubers, start appreciating lurkers. Like if a person wants to lurk, they want to lurk. Because I have seen like few posts. I know it doesn't apply to everyone, of course, but like I have seen some posts on that. Why you are lurking? It's why not? Like if the person just want to lurk and listen or watch while that X VTuber is doing X stuff, why not? Just doesn't really matter.
And then another
he
thing, you gotta think about that lurker could be doing their other IRL or doing their homework or have work. Because I have a pretty few few of my friends who came to my stream and just came and say hello. I wish I could stay and watch your stream, but I gotta if I working with my assignments or I'm at work at the moment. But I will look, always be humble. And I always say, oh, no worries. Thank you so much. I appreciate you came by. It's very, I appreciate it. Please do hydrate, remember to rest, remember to stretch, remember to posture. I always say that to um, lurkers as well as anyone who comes in. It
yeah.
just shows your appreciation. So, but there are times some lurkers generally look and then seize the opportunities of like I kid you not, GS bot. That really annoys me. Like for example, hey, I want to, hey, I can help you with the overlay. It's like, no, thank you. I
Yeah,
already have access to that.
those are like I when I started, I that was a big ass problem. Like, and then I just pretty much banned those words, and then I put the rule that you don't it's not allowed to uh, advertise yourself. There's websites for that, and like you can advertise yourself on Twitter, or if you have
Yeah,
a region account, use that for like
yeah,
your work and that stuff. And like
yeah, yeah,
it's when when usually it doesn't help that a salesman in everything are like is like freaking super aggressive towards you. Usually when a person wants to buy a product, they will go and look for the product. It's not
look. They
like
first look, Walter. You have no idea. They first look for maybe like 1 or 2 minutes,
yeah.
and then they'll start chat. That's when I kind of like, no, I don't. I don't. There are times I don't. Sometimes I don't appreciate those sort of lookers. But other than I do appreciate it. Nevertheless, the lookers did, who are like humans basically, not robots, because most of the times I'm getting like robots, but thanks to Sebibot, I'm feel free from
well,
that.
I meant that in general. If a salesman is aggressive as hell,
Yeah.
usually I in my eyes that means they are not doing well on sale. Like they are not selling their products enough or whatever. And if I'm looking for a freaking, I don't know, a new game, I'm gonna look for a new game. I don't need a freaking developer like shoving it to my throat and buy this, buy this, and buy this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You mean like Joanna Witness? Sorry
Like,
about that, but it's kind of like that basically.
and like, I don't mind if people are like, oh, I'm gonna share my like work. I don't mind it. Just don't force myself. Like, and if you're gonna say like, I don't know, can I share my work because I'm interested for opinions. That's in my eyes fine. That artist isn't forcing me to like you're gonna buy after you watching this. Yeah. No, like if he wants opinions, or the artist wants opinions, that's fine. I'm always for opinions, for giving opinions of this work or this art, because well that helps the artist, and then they move on, and then probably they will maybe they say thanks, and that's enough for me. And like as a person who is working on a on projects on two games that needs people's opinions, I will always appreciate that, because that helps me and that helps the players who play the games. That's my take, but I do hate when when the artist says says the freaking like wanna see my work, blah blah blah, and then you see it, and then the artist is like, "Are you gonna buy? Are you gonna buy?" I hate that. That's no. And
Yeah, I also, and the worst thing is like, can I see your work as well? And they don't comment about that. They was like, oh, my art is better than yours. Okay, bye. Bye, bish. Bye. There are times I feel like I just genuinely I feel discouraged and really irritated from that. And to the point I just block them. I don't want them to just come back again. It's like,
yeah, that's understandable. Like to that, I will say there's a counter sentence, and you can always say them. Art is opinion based, same as music. You cannot your opinion about this song is in it's the same. Then I would say like this is my favorite song, but you hate the song. It's the same. There's no right or wrong opinions about art or songs or games or models or whatever. Like
yeah, as long as you respect their opinions and no petty fights. And kid you not, sometimes there are people that just go a bit far to the point of like, okay, all right, bye. I'm
just be
like, okay, now
just be civil
if
about
it's
your opinions, and that's enough.
yeah, but unfortunately, there has to be like both party has to be civil. It has to be balanced,
And
and sometimes there's no balance in that, and that's the issue with it.
and also
Because
learn to take people's opinions and don't just be like, I'm gonna block you because this opinion.
well, I mean, if it gets too hot, there's a thing about opinions wise. I feel like sometimes the way they opinion, it depends on how it's told, right? Even if it's even people with professionals can be also messed up ways. And I think it's like, okay, no one's perfect, and it's opinion, right? But though, if you told your sentences like that way, yeah, that's a different story. You're gonna get blocked, in my opinion,
Yeah,
because I seen people like, for example, if you had a beef with your friend or a beef with another VTuber, right? And you want to squash those beef by having one-to-one with the message or recall, and as long as both parties are on the same page and it's being squashed, and it should be fine. But there are times that not everyone is on the same page. It can be very conflict. Like some people call someone, oh yeah, you're too sensitive, or some people say you're too harsh. And sometimes there are like people who would think yourself that you're better than anyone. And just because of based on your X and Y Z, I always say just because of your X and Y Z doesn't mean you have to be an a-hole, right? And I always say this, the world is crap, but doesn't mean you need to join it to people.
yeah.
And
I meant it that like in a way, like if the person is like giving in a civil way the opinion,
yeah,
then if you block the freaking person or kick out the person out of the server because of like they give the opinion in a civil way, like they weren't like
and that's also
swearing and that.
friendly. Try to be friendly
Yeah,
and patient. Don't forget that, because some people don't have patience for it.
yeah, and also VTubers and everyone, please don't show your political takes.
Yeah, please don't.
And like
And
I don't give a shit about who like For example, there were certain certain presidential elections a few months ago, and people were angry, and I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like, try to be like this. Vote whoever you voted, and that's enough. That's end of the story. If you hate somebody because they voted this or that, you're a bad friend or a bad person, in my opinion. Yes, are politics dumb or and bad? Yes, but is the person bad? No, most of the time at least.
Well, I mean, politics has always been a bad for me, so I try to avoid that as much as possible. But like I at the same time, I just give what opinion I can and then just move on. And if people want to bring up some politician, I was like, no, thank you. I don't want to discuss that. Especially the timing right now is just so bad. So yeah, no.
And like in general, I feel like don't let politics ruin your friendships.
No, in general conversation, don't it shouldn't ruin your friendship in general.
I would say it at
As
all, at all. Like in a sentence, like no matter who you voted, don't let that ruin your friendships. Like like for example, like me and my friend have had a agreement on who on one certain political topic, and then we moved on because like we don't. It it's not because it's not worth to disband a friendship because of a political issues and politics. No, it's not worth it. It's
for
better to
me,
have a friend
yeah,
than
yeah.
enemies.
Oh, go for it, go for it. For me, it's more like I don't like politicians in general, but like because I don't watch too much. I don't watch politician because, like I said, it's always depressing, bad, whatever. And I'm like, I'm not in the mood for this. Honestly, I've seen more depressing shit enough as it already is. And but I do have like when we have VC with the community, sometimes they bring politicians and I just listen respectful. I listen to them and I heard something really interesting, like something like I didn't know about like some companies, this and this, was just like okay, thanks for giving me self-aware for that. I'll make sure I'll be careful of that. Or like there are I don't know what was it if, there was one time there was some conversation between it isn't a politician but it's something else, but it was like a very interesting thing. So sometimes it's a good like education wise and software, but there's like again it's a bit of hit and miss in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Uh,
So
and my wish for this year that it's not gonna happen, I know for sure. Please, VTubers, don't make political content because it's, in my opinion, sad.
unless you're into drama channels,
Yeah, and
unless
like
unless if
yeah,
you if you're okay with construction criticisms and if you're okay with based on what you know and from the research and based on what you know and then write down with with your notes and then say it, just make sure you're ready for that because there are some people including trolls are one of those type of people just don't give a flying f and they'll just try to piss you off. That's only when you're confident. If you don't, just don't settle for it. I do feel saddened that people just do it for who they're not in, basically just get views, or the fact is that who then truly are not enjoyed, and it's really sad. I do hope that you know VTubers or anyone else in streamers, if you follow your own passion, follow your own niche, follow your own things you enjoy and work on that. Don't don't take that subject, the things you don't enjoy, that affect you, it will face you in the consequence in the action. because like for example, for me, if I'm posting, for me, I'd say with politicians, including like fast multiple as in the dramas, um, mostly because I don't do well with criticism, but like it depends on how the people's reactions I can see, the motions basically in that way. But otherwise, I just follow my own contents, basically my music and art and games and like other things I actually enjoy because this is what I like to do. So follow your own passion, and I'm sure there are people who will love your content for that.
Yeah, I just I have for some reason the freaking algorithms of like YouTube and Twitter freaking pushes the freaking politics from my end. I'm like, why? I'm here for dumbass content like gaming stuff or music and that. Like, bro, I'm not here to watch people basically having a war. I'm not for
No,
I'm not here for
it's too
this.
much. It's too much already as it is. And I know like some of my group friends like, yeah, well, you gotta have someone to call out, which is fine. But like I said, as long as you're confident and you're in the right stage mentally, and hopefully you don't get to. I've seen like many people try to open up their opinion, and sometimes it got backlash. But like I said, it's always hit and miss with some of the way the community of that. Like I don't know. There's too much going on at this moment. It's like, yo, oh yeah, I'm shutting down with my social media here. And go touch grass. That's what I do.
Yeah, and like generally, if you don't want to have, if you don't want your brains to rot, don't don't go into politics because that will ruin your brain.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it will ruin your brain if you like watch political content. It will.
Oh, it does. It does. Especially if you have a politics experts around it. Um, be careful. That's
Yep.
all I'm saying.
Enough of that.
Um,
Enough of that. Freaking. uh, and that topic because politics are a waste of time. But anyways, the first question is: I know that you are kind of a gacha game lover. At least that's what I have heard.
wait, what did you say?
I have heard from few from a friend of mutual friend that you
Mm.
like gacha games. Gacha games
Uh,
like Genshin, Tower of Fantasy, and those kinds of games. At least that's
no,
what I.
not Tower Fantasy. No, no, no. I don't play that game.
But that because that's a game, gacha game. That came to mind. Like that's I know, but like best gacha game.
Yeah, yeah. I do like Gacha game, and oh god, a lot of people hate that word gacha a lot, which sometimes I don't understand truly. It's all preference, in my opinion. You know, I play, like you said, I play Genshin, I play HSR, PGR, and Wuthering Wave. There's one, uh, there's one gacha coming. It's Arknights that's coming. I might try, and then the other one it'll be Antenna. I don't know when is that. So two of them as a gacha. I might try them. Antenna, I definitely want to try play. And Arknights, let's see how that goes. I have never heard. I haven't played Arknights. The new one comes up. So yeah, looking forward. But but I stream them because mostly fun, for that. Like I said, I started streaming when it started with the gacha, uh, starting with PGR and Genshin first, and then slowly became Wuthering Wave and then HSR. Um, but again, I just don't understand. There are people out there who just don't like the word gacha. So Did you not? There are a lot of people keep saying, "Oh, I hate Gacha because his money predators and blah blah blah," and I'm like, okay, respect your decision, sure, but you gotta understand that. I said that in a stream. I said that I respect your decision and that's your opinion, and sure, go for it. But just let you know, it is also on yourself how you spend and what do you do with it with your life. Do not go financially go broke, you know, because you cannot blame company at its own. Sure, there are some company are not friendly and um but you gotta understand that it's also your doing because you are playing that game. You have the choice to spend or not to spend, is my opinion. I always say that
Yeah.
I said that to my community because I mean new ones they just who ain't a follower because I get that like oh the company doesn't not friendly family so I said yeah that's true I mean I seen cough cough Genshin but there are some company who's very friendly like for example Wuthering Wave crew games will really listen to their players a lot and they're very genuine to their players and they want to improve the games. Whereas the other company like Genshin don't are slow improvement, but they don't listen to players' feedback, and which is so sad. And end up not end up I end up seeing a lot of players quitting the game.
With Genshin, I'm gonna say that the problem with Genshin is it's the freaking there isn't that much of an in-game content. Yeah, they added the freaking theater thing, but uh, like yeah, there's farming artifacts, yes, but and talents and artifact weapon materials and that stuff. But at the same time, it gets kind of boring. At, that's yeah, I know that's with every game, but for example, if you play, I don't know, if you play, I don't know, Marvel Rivals or Dead by Daylight or those kinds of games, you can every match is gonna be different. So, but
Let's not go for Dead by Daylight, mate. That is one of the worst. Like I know it's a part of the gacha, but damn, there's a lot of toxicity on that, and I know Genshin's worse, but damn,
I haven't seen
ooh,
that lot, and that this is coming from a player who has almost 1.5k hours. I haven't seen that much of toxic, but I know, and that it actually that actually applies to every multiplayer game. Tell me a multiplayer game that isn't toxic. There isn't one. Like
true.
for in the style of 5v5 or 6v6 type of a multiplayer game, there is always toxicity.
Yeah, yeah, no, I do agree, but I do hear like most people saying
I do also, but
they, they by deadline is like been more toxic as well as Genshin. I also hear Valkyrie also being toxic as well, because towards certain gender. And then it's very scary and also disheartening at the same time that you want to try, but at the same time you don't want to face this issue. Like for example, I don't know about you, but I do remember like there was a one issue with daylight deadline, and this one VTuber made a huge there was trending going on between a VTuber and then streamers who
yeah,
aren't VTubers.
two VTubers were basically racist and kind of sexist, if I remember correctly, against a Flestuber, and they got banned for obvious reasons, and they tried to do an apology that was horrendous of an apology, if I remember correctly. But
Yeah, and it's very sad that now that it's bad reputation, both streamers, VTuber, and the streamers itself.
and
And
every
it makes it
every
makes
community and every fandom and every law, every fandom, every community has their bad apples.
You gotta know which is the worst
Yeah, yeah,
one.
yeah,
And
yeah.
we all know Genshin's got the baddest appler out there. I'm not lying. Like one thing, if you say something like criticize the game or the character, you have one or few multiple Genshin start hating you for that.
Yeah, no, like yeah, that's an issue, but like I'm like this. In my opinion, the solution is just well ignore them because well I know that yeah that people are passionate about like their favorite characters. Yeah, I know that, but come on, it's a game. It's called having fun. It's called having opinions about the game. You don't need to freaking crucify the person who doesn't who doesn't like this X character or who doesn't like this storyline or whatever. You don't need to crucify them. You don't need to hang them up.
Or make it worse, making weird fantasies out of it. God, like saying, yeah, oh, this person's look child. Oh, you're a predator. Oh, you look like this. I'm like, what? What? What the heck?
If somebody like in if somebody is actually like freaking like is freaking doing anime, that's I'm not gonna like hentai hentai art about like lolly character. Yeah, I'm gonna say like I'm gonna be
Well, don't forget, not just lollies in this
or
place.
childs.
Right? Yeah, yeah, child. Then you have lewdies. Then you have people with the fetishes.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, yeah.
But
So
like
I think like yeah, in general, like I said, in general, I don't think it's just one is those toxicity. It could be like amount of people's with the toxicity, especially when it comes to uh, sexualized things.
and
That's the worst things.
and how I'm gonna phrase this without being sounding like an pervert, but like if somebody says that like they like not like but they say that for example Gigi is cute, they don't mean that as a sexual way. They just mean that Gigi is cute and that's it. That doesn't probably mean anything. It's just they say that. It's the same way than you would say your baby sister when your baby sister were like a freaking 4-year-old. She's cute. Like an
Exactly,
adult.
and
Like
yeah, yeah, it's and the way you and when you're saying it's cute, it's non-sexual. But people do get wrong things. Oh, you like Chi-Chi and Klee? Well, you're a child predator. I'm just like,
no,
listen here,
it's not.
it's just a character with cuteness who love the personalities and the game style or the story wise, or like thinking as they're one of the siblings. It's really cute. Why you have to go through the extra length that nobody even noticed?
Yeah, like also I hate. I'm gonna say everybody who says that Genshin has a meta, you are cringe because it's a single player game. It doesn't have a meta pool. Wish for characters that you like. Don't care about the meta because that's dumbass in my opinion. Every character in Genshin because that's the gacha game that I mostly played because I don't. When I tried Honkai Star Rail wasn't for me. Tower Fantasy, yeah, no, thank you. And Wuthering Waves, aka Wuva,
Yeah.
not for me. But like, pull whoever you want. Don't care about the meta. It's a single player game for fuck's sake.
The thing about this one thing about that Genshin's, I do feel like sometimes it's more like an easy route, easy way than other gacha. For example, Honkai Star is a bit hard on me, especially with the new content called the what's it called, the cage, the Pillars Cage or something like that. I don't remember those. Those are hard, not gonna lie, and you do need like a proper a team, especially MP as well, and as well as the right team. I know that in the general games, you play who you want and pull who you want, and that's true. But like if you're trying to beat that certain boss, God, and if you don't have that sort of team, you're actually screwed. But then at the same time, just take your time. Eventually, you'll get there. And for Wuthering Wave, I find it a bit challenging because there's a lot of, and I'm telling you, there's a lot of things in that Wuthering. And then as you like increase your ranking, it gets difficult. The boss is also difficult. There's sometimes, I don't know why, the grinding of certain creatures are tough. And you gotta be like, you have to be like hyper focused on that. Whereas Genshin doesn't have that much
Yeah, and
combat base or meta phase at this moment. I
yeah,
see I see this mostly on HSR, Wuthering Wave, because their content is making their players more, how should I say, challenging, basically. But like you said, it doesn't matter the meta, and I completely agree. I do because like you said, have fun, pull who you want, and just enjoy the game as much as you can. Like, and if you don't like the game, then just uninstall it and find other games that you actually interested in.
yeah, and also this is maybe well, not a hot take, but like Genshin, for example, has almost 90 characters, or maybe a little bit more, like 92 or 91, and they are not stopping. Listen this very carefully, everybody. You don't need everybody.
No,
As
no, that's in,
someone who has almost every character, I don't use the half of them. I
and
just
same here.
I
I
just
have like
I pulled them because I like this, like what they did in the story. That's why I pulled them.
yeah, same here. I used to collect like most of them. Some of them I didn't even want it, and I haven't not even used it. For example, Hu Tao. Good God. Oh God. I just want the 4-star character Xin Kui, but Hu Tao just came and snapped it. I'm like, oh, fuck's sake. So I'm not a big fan of Hu Tao's game style, especially when she's locked at C1. If you don't get us con C1, she's not a good way. Depends. I don't like this dash hits and stuff like that. And same goes for Klee as well. The characters who just require the cons to make the playable easier. But I just stopped doing that because I just pull for I enjoyed who I actually enjoyed, like you said, the contents or the personality, the story wise, and pull for it. Um, and I do feel really sad at the same time because I felt like Genshin's route now is only targeting releasing more females than males, and that's really bad. I just do hope they release more male characters because I gen I also see a lot of a lot of percentage of, I think half a percentage of also female players in Genshin games than as well as male characters. Dudes in
Yeah,
Genshin.
but
So, but the Genshin's K trees is more like I felt like it's going towards
young males, I would say, is probably
young.
the demographic with Genshin players. I don't know for sure, but
Yeah,
at least that feels like it.
it does, and I'm like, come on, don't be like Honkai Impact, at least, please. I came to play Genshin because I like there's two characters, a male and female, and it started worries me at times, um, especially like you're almost on the last region, the Snishnaya ones.
At least that's the second last region because
Yeah, yeah.
Volcandria is the. But that's only the Teyat storyline.
That's the thing,
They
and
like
then yeah, confirm.
the funniest thing is like I don't know if that was an actual leak or a rumor or somebody made that up, but like I saw somebody on a YouTube video saying like when Genshin was released, like somebody were like I don't know if that was a leak or a rumor or whatever. Like they were saying like after day of storyline, Lumina and Ether go to another world and then it starts again. The thing is, Genshin is an isekai game. That's the thing here.
It is, yeah, and it is quite an easy game,
And that's
especially
the,
when it comes.
it's funniest thing that people find out that Genshin is an isekai game. And they were like, huh? Because they don't realize that, well, Lumine and Ether aren't from Theia, that they are from a different planet, which is like
Yeah,
I kind of funny that people don't recognize.
yeah. But and then you have like a lot of people come after you for that. Like I seen like when they're giving you when like I said when they speak about Genshin, it always comes in that hellhole from that. I was like, what?
But
It is.
there's one thing in Genshin that I'm quite sure that everybody agrees that is good is the music.
Yeah,
I feel like that's the
definitely.
one thing that everybody at least say that it's good or fine or masterpiece. I'm saying that it's masterpiece. Whoever says that La Singor's like the big boss music isn't great, well, that's a lie, in my opinion. That song, like when La Singora, when you're fighting La Singora and you hear the music, that's a banger of a song.
It is definitely Bangaso. Touchwood, Genshin's OCD songs are really good, and the landscape is also very beautiful as well. Like you can see like a little bit details, not as much, but like the very colorful details.
Yeah, the art
And
style in Genshin is, I would say, amazing, but
mm,
that is coming from a person who plays Genshin. No, I don't play Genshin nowadays as much, but I'm still playing the freaking main storyline whenever it gets released, and also like, and I'm hopeful. And first of all, I know some people, or quite a good amount of people, say that Nalan or Natalan or however you should pronounce it, very bad. First of all, I would say good amount. I would say, well, is because they didn't record voice lines because of the Saga after strike of voice acting. But now that Hoyoverse has found a new studio to work on, with like a new studio with voice acting, I mean, with English dub, they are gonna get recorded.
yeah, and don't forget that it's not just Genshin. Honkai Star also got lost voice
Yeah, yeah.
actor as well. So it's only main Hoyos. Which, yeah, it's really saddens me it becomes like that, but don't blame the Hoyos on that one.
And at least they have found a new uh, recording studio that are gonna record the lines.
Yeah,
My
definitely.
only problem is that I would like to play that. I would like to play the storyline again with like fully voiced, because me because I did for my streams. I tried to imitate the character's voice, and that was cringe as hell. So I would like to play. I would like to in I would like to have a possibility in the future to play like when the full storyline is finished. I would like to play them like again, like again. There's like an, I don't know, an option like in like play this again and then play this again like fully. Maybe you wouldn't
Yeah,
get any rewards, but maybe you enjoyed, I don't know, Inatsuma's storyline, my opinion the best, or you enjoyed the Fontaine storyline, and or Liu's storyline, or you just want to remember how Genshin was back then. Like that would be good. In my opinion,
yeah,
Hoyavos wouldn't even need to freaking put any rewards for them, but like, that would be of course nice. Like, uh,
yeah,
but like I would like to play them again. But yeah, of course, make a new account. No, no, thank you.
no, no, don't do that. Oh my God.
Uh,
I seen making a new account does not help. Oh, it's more pain, especially when you get to Inazuma. Oh hell, why didn't Hoyo make us to collect those little electronics just to gatekeep us from going to boss battle with Raiden? That was the huge mistake in my opinion as a new player. Oh, the new players is gonna be suffering from that bad.
But
because I made a count on NA. I think it was last year during summer. I made gravely big mistake. There was too much going on, especially now that like I forgot that I had to collect that electronic thing just to open the Raiden Shogun's boss. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Why? Why would you do this to me, Hoy was? Please, please, can you just make my life a little bit easier, not to make it things so difficult? Nope, nope. And then after that, if you don't get that certain point, like for example, you have to finish the side quest and then get to the main one. I'm like, no, well, hold on a second. No, 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 no. Just give me to the main story. I want to get to the boss. I want to finish this off and then get to another main story as well. Give it all flows.
no,
And I think, and then one thing I always want to ask, and I'm sure every player will want, is this goddamn skippable button. If you're gonna make another count, for goodness sake, please give me the skippable button for main quest and the side quest. At least, it's a killer here for me. And
but
that's why I kind of give up on NA count for that reason, or making a count in general. But like for when I was trying playing Wuthering Wave, immediately they give you a skip or a dialogue. And especially with side note, I kid you not, that was like a heaven for me.
but
Like,
they have added the ability to freaking just play the main quest with the experience mode, which is good. That's
yeah, but
they should have
for
added
how
that.
long was it?
They should have added that way long ago. But eh, better than late.
Exactly,
Better late than never.
exactly. But the thing is, they took it so long. I was like, no, this is just too freaking much.
But also coming back to the male characters and female characters, as a game developer, I know for a fact that these things take time. Like they probably like planned like Natalan's characters like year ago, of course, like before, like way before when Natalan was actually released. So, but yeah, of course, like I want to see more male characters. And the the funny thing was, Chinese community wanted Orororororon to be 5-star, which is like true. I was like that as well, but
Yeah,
and like,
yeah.
but like, yeah, of course, there's things in Genshin, but in end of the day, it's probably the first big gacha game that came out in so they didn't probably think when they were developing the game, first of all, where the hell my Nintendo Switch release is. Been waiting for that 7 years.
I know,
5 years.
I know, and then there is like I don't know, but like, have you heard like most people saying that, oh, when is the Senora is gonna come? I want the Senora to come. She's not dead, y'all. It's like, okay.
Yeah, she's dead.
Hmm.
no, no,
Some
no.
people, some no, no, no. Trust me, there are some people out there saying hardcore. She's not dead. She's alive.
She turned to be an ash. She's dead. Sorry, people, but she's dead. And this may
But
be a hot take, everybody, but I don't want every NPC that is high detail to be a character. That is not good for the story. Like it's like I understand why people wanted Capitano. Spoilers. That hasn't those people who haven't played the Natalan's storyline fully. But I don't want every character to be playable, and Capitano basically is kind of like in a puppet state, or like, well, his ass is at least in a puppet state. He sits in a freaking rock rock chair, or will sit forever, basically in the freaking main storyline. I haven't played Mavuika's storyline yet because I'm being lazy.
but then think of another way is that they have not released more male characters.
Yep, true.
That's why I think they made it for playable character for Capitano, and as well as that, like I think they're losing the pattern as well. Like for example, who was the person? I think it was first Senora. People think, oh, she's gonna be playable. Oh, look, what's happened? She's gone. But then the theory go, oh, she may be alive when Cisnaya comes, reincarnation. I don't know.
I
Maybe not. Okay. I'm just saying.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just saying. In a period. I don't know if this is true or not. I keep hearing people saying this, but like I said, I have no idea what's happening. I'm just saying it that way. And then Scaramouche, when he's on the bad whatever final form and destructive, but he's got saved by Traveler and Nahida, and he's been a playable character.
Yeah.
Then you have a
Totore.
riding shogun. Yeah. Was it Dottore?
Totore, he ain't dead, but I, no offense anyone who wants to play as Totore, but I don't want a person who basically killed kids. I don't want him to be a playable character because he tortured kids. There is a factory in Mondstadt, Totore's factory. He there tortured kids in there. He made like scientist like experiments with children in there. So no, thank you. He can die in my opinion. He can like poof.
And also that Scaramouche, he mentioned something about Dottore, that he's also very bad people.
Yeah,
He's a very
he is.
bad person because he's been experienced with that.
Yeah,
He's
and
been experienced
like
with towards and he despised Dottore a lot.
I understand, but like he's the definition basically of a mad scientist, but worse. Basically, in my opinion, and he's the reason like why Cole, I don't know how to say her name, but like
Yeah, Cole.
he's the reason why Cole has to begin was or had, I don't remember now, but
The disease, yeah.
the freaking sickness, I don't remember its name, but like he's the reason. And I'm very hopeful that Charitza basically kills him. Or Chester, aka the freaking main harbinger.
Mm.
I do feel like he's the main, like the leader of the group. At least he's shown to be like the main leader. Like if anyone has seen the Fatu Harbinger trailer, like when they are like mourning La Signora's death in Cesnaya, he's in my opinion he's like the most dominant person in the room. And I know for a fact, at least this is my guess, that Genshin's story writers didn't know whole story yet. They don't even know how the story is gonna end. But my hopeful and my wishes for Cesnaya's storyline is that Ether or Lumin is basically fighting an army in Cesnaya. That he's basically the criminal in there. I'm hoping for that. Like, what be a good example? You will be like a freaking you will be playing like a freaking I'm hoping that Lumin, or I'm gonna just say Traveler to make it easy. I'm hoping the Traveler is gonna be like a hunted criminal in Cesnaya. And also, my hopeful is that we can visit Tartaglia's home. And my hopeful is that.
Oh, I definitely Hoyu's gonna make that for Ajax hometown for sure, and because we are on the like final Archon, the last nation, the Cryo Archon. We still don't know why the Cryo Archon needs the hypnosis for that reason. I still need to figure out what's her true intentions.
What I understand why Charizard needs noses, or well, it's because she wants to kind of destroy heaven in a nutshell, kind of nutshell, but that's what I understand. But also, I kind of I have said this in my streams. I will say this again. Everybody who has given the noses Nuvelet, Furina are dumbasses. Not Nahida and Nuvelet are dumbasses. Why the hell you give the noses? Give it them to me. Give it them to the traveler. Why you like for example, Nuvelet gave the noses willingly to Nabe. Willingly. I'm like, bitch, are you dumb? Like, what? Why? And yes, it was a gesture of like diplomatic relations, yes, but still.
But then you gotta think about the people in the nations, okay? Because I think I know where Nahid come from. He was saying something about like you saw the trailer, right?
Yeah.
How Dotori just used people and made people a zombie. I think that's when she's just realized, okay, I'm just gonna give you a nonce at the end because if you're gonna be one of those, she's afraid that she it may happen that the harbingers will come after her and hurt the nations. Nubly, on the other hand, I don't understand where he's coming from.
My
It's more like I think he's sense of responsibility now that he's the Archon, not Farina, because based on Farina's just being accused something and then uh to be someone that had been expected as Archon, and then the real Archon's twin or something like that. She just can't handle it too much. She wants her own freedom, basically. And Newly just take out the burden and just like, okay, I take the responsibility. And then I think one of the Capricorns just I think used like threaten him. And then imagine if Nubla is based on a thing. I don't think Nubla's intention to give him out the harbingers to just unnecessary in my opinion. I think there must have reason why he has just given it to the hypnosis. Like, do you remember when Zhongli
yeah,
I don't know.
Chongli
Yeah,
said basically well, I don't remember the exact line because it's been
yeah,
fucking 4 years.
yeah,
But like he basically said, I cannot give you the some. This is my memory. I'm gonna correct probably when I'm gonna watch the whole line. But when Chongli gave the noses to Tartaglia, he basically said to Traveler, I cannot tell you because I cannot tell you the reason because he's the god of deals. Like he cannot like spare the details of the deals because well he's the god of that.
and also his people.
Yeah,
Now
like
he's retired.
and now he just drinks wine
Exactly.
and speaks with Torbjörn's voice because they have the same voice actor.
True. And just to tell, just to let you know, this is just on our own opinion, so please don't come after us and anything. So yeah, this is based on what we think. But yeah.
And to be fair, Kate Silverstone is hell of a great voice actor, and his voice fits Zhonglis perfectly.
Yeah, exactly.
The funniest thing is, like, no offense to Venti, but like, how the hell you are the oldest Archon in the fucking group? Like, how? And the most powerful. That's the funniest thing as well. That Venti, the god of wind, the god of freedom, is the most powerful. Yeah, I would assume possibility that a god of freedom would be the most powerful. But when I look at Venti, he doesn't look like he's the powerful. He looks like a drunkard because he is drunk most of the time. Like,
I mean, he is named after drunken bard for that reason.
yeah, but still, like, and he, like, but I'm also like the funniest thing. Like I came to realize Charitza is kind of like Thanos from MCU. Like,
Ooh.
well, because like Thanos, spoilers alert for the whole plot so far, but like he collected the Infinity Stones. Charitza collects the noses.
Yeah.
They are kind of the same, and I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that first of all, I'm hopeful that that Traveler's powers grows in the freaking like he can actually like fight against like Fatui members in like casually, like he can fight against them in Snesnaya. And I'm hopeful that Charitza isn't like Nahida, or I'm more hopeful that she's gonna be like more like Raiden and Chongli, like wise and powerful, not like Nahida.
I heard that Teresa is a bit like one of the main reasons why she's collecting all the hypnosis. She's one of those type of people who convince everyone, but realistically use opposite to abuse the power.
And the,
I think.
also the funniest thing
And
is
people,
the thing is that
and
she's the god of love. She's the god of love, but she's isolated. What I understand by with Charles with Tartaglia's voice line that Tartaglia says about Charita that she's the she has to bear this burden by alone. She's lonely or whatever, like something like that.
yeah, I kind of get to see where this one's gonna go. I think it's one of those type of villainized protagonist love is just thinking, oh, everyone should not be alone. Everyone should be one united and blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah,
And
not gonna be that. It's not gonna be one of those. I don't think. I see where this come from, and I feel like, I don't know about that one.
I'm hopeful. I'm
Yeah,
hopeful since Snesnaya is based on Russian, like 180 or 170s Russian, that some NPCs, like in with Fontaine, they speak with Russian accent because that would be just fitting because that is based on Russian, like ancient Russian, same as like Liu was based on ancient China, or Mondstadt on 50s Germany, or or Inatsuma based on like Japan, like I think Edo period
no,
Japan,
it's Japan because of that. I think so.
and 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 and
Monster is on
Sumeru
German. Yeah,
and Sumeru is based on like Arabian, Indian
it used to be Asian. Yeah,
at that
somewhere
time,
there.
and Natalan is based on like South American culture and
Yeah.
South and Central American cultures.
Yes.
And like,
It's
oh, first of all, I don't get the dumbass hot takes on like freaking like on certain characters like being freaking this and this and I'm like, come on, it's a game doesn't quite matter, but also like I like most of the Natalan characters; they're fine. And yes, I do like when I saw Mualanis design, I was like, all right. But I was like, all right, let's move on. And I
yeah.
do also hope with gameplay aspect that because Natalan characters outside of Natalan, the freaking extra stamina meter or whatever it's called, I don't remember now, will be a little bit longer with if in Snesnaya there will be those characters. My
Yeah,
hope. My hope is that.
I just hope because right now the stamina thing it's such annoying bug, no annoying thing for me. Like if I want to run or dash, everything has to rely on stamina. I'm like, yo, I missed. I kind of when I hit on Wuthering Way, it's completely different. I'm like, Genshin, can you do this, please? Why did you do this? What Wuthering Way? Every Genshin wanted. Um, but yeah, and also like the fact I do hope Snezhnaya have that feature, but hopefully, again, like doesn't restrict areas as well. Like for example, now like with Napland, you need a stamina max thing, which is cool. I do hope they can do the extended further in Snaya as well. So it's like it's really cool for them. But
The problem with Natal is that you basically have to run like Gachina, for example, with her. Like if you wanna climb like really high like places, you have to use like a Natan character to go for it. And I know it's fun when you are playing in Natalan, but like when you don't want to use that character anymore, it's like, eh. But like, I'm hopeful since it's Russian. There's like it's based on Russian. Like there's like I don't know, the main city of Znesnaya will be kind of like Moscow or Saint Petersburg of those times.
oh god, if I there's one thing I don't like. One thing I will be fear is the cold shear. If they bring back Insnisnaya, oh my goodness, I am now looking for it because already Dragon Spine was enough for us. Getting to the getting the playing our health is going down and the coldness comes. I'm like, no, I'm not even close to the goddamn fire pits.
If they do kind of like Sumerus, like the desert area, but like basically a wasteland of snow in Snessa, like a smaller area, that I would be fine with that. Like that would be completely fine. Or maybe if the snow wasteland desert area would be the same as like the same size as the freaking Sumerus, remove the gold thing because well that's annoying. And then I'm waiting first of all, I'm waiting also Varka to come in the game, and I'm waiting for the Cannibal Island region from Northern Mondstadt to come to the added the game there, because there is a island in Genshin that is full of cannibals.
Oh yeah.
And I'm still waiting for that to be added because that stands out so much in Genshin. Like you have your like typical nation, and then you have a cannibal island. All right, that fits. Yeah.
One thing I don't like in this one system is this oculizers. It has been increased. I'm like, and then the gadget needs to be more cooldown and more reduced materials.
The kind of good thing with the wish system is Hoyoverse is probably gonna rework that because they had to pay the FTC, aka the government of USA, like 20 million or 30 million or 40 million because the system was unfair. So they are like they had to pay the fine, and they are. But I read their statement about it. They're somewhat gonna change it to be a little bit better. Like the same was with Fortnite, because Fortnite, when you bought a skin in Fortnite, that was like this was like a few years ago. When you bought in a skin in Fortnite, it didn't have like, are you sure? Do you want to? Are you sure that you want to buy the skin? But there wasn't any of that. So Epic Games did pay like $500 million or $600 million back to players for that. So, and they changed the system to be a little bit better. So I'm hopeful they changed it to a little bit better. Maybe a little bit more forgiving. Maybe. My wish is that. Well, I know gacha games are for selling characters. That's my only wish is that make the characters good. I don't know how. I don't know what. I don't know what is specifically good, but good.
Good and balanced in a sense that it's not going to be restricted with constellations.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But like and I know some people are been like with the Mavuika, like with her like motorcycle doesn't belong in Genshin. Yeah, but I'm like, that's called diverse. Let's have fun with one character or a few characters that have like like unique ways to move. And first of all, using her motorcycle is fun. It's really fun.
Yes, definitely, it is 100%. Oof, I love playing her motorbike. But
Ah,
I wish her flying can extend longer, like when Farina's walking with the water.
yeah, true. But also there is a lore explanation. Chilone, I believe her name is, basically built the motorcycle for her and her sunglasses.
Yeah, yeah. But you know the funny thing that inspiration coming from the Bayonetta,
Yeah, she kind of, yeah, I would see that. That yeah.
because of the bodysuits. It's like that's really interesting. And the flame is definitely from the divers what's it called? Dream Drivers or something like that. Because there's one anime girl who has flamed up like that. Or you have another flame character. What's her name? It's a very old character. Her name is Shani. Shani something. Shani series. It's a girl with the red hair. She has a black hair, but when she's in like Sundari in fight mode and release her weapon, her hair turns into flames.
Oh,
Anime. So it's really good inspiration from that. That's for sure. So I don't know if you watched it, but it's really good.
I don't
I
know
highly
if I
recommend.
what what's up. Maybe no, maybe it's I don't know.
It's like I think it's like 2000 anime years. I think somewhere in there.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I have watched that. I don't because it's well, if it came out like on like in early 2000, like 2000 from 2000 and to 2010. I don't know because I haven't watched that many anime on of that period.
Ah, okay, because for me it kind of resembles on that why Marika said, and it's really cool how the inspiration they got from. I like that the bring out the flame girl into it and Divers Gate as well. So yeah.
Also, I saw a freaking YouTuber making a cute question about her bodysuit. How the hell she goes to bathroom? She genuinely asked that. Like she was serious. Like how?
Wait, it's not just Marika. Have you forgot Eula?
Yeah, but like
Eula,
Mavika is the bigger problem than not problem, but bigger question here. But still,
I mean, she have a zipper on her mid of chest.
like
So
yeah, but
she,
like it's freaking funny that like she have to freaking like in the middle towards the chip thing, and but like I don't know. That Maverick just remind me of that short when I saw that I was like, huh? And like the thing is like she asked this this was a serious question. I was like, huh? Okay, okay, move on.
yeah, true, true, true.
And some people like have called her design kind of weird or like tendering to male audience. Like what I heard that both like ladies and male like ladies and men like basically both designed her outfit. So I'm like, all right, like who cares? She looks great in my opinion, and she looks like yeah. She doesn't look like freaking. She does. She looks kind of like somewhat like from in my opinion. She looks like she would be from Mad Max. If she would have like a gas mask type of thing in with her in her mouth, then I would say she's definitely from Mad Max. But I like her design. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. It's all right.
I like the way I like the design based on the combination of inspiration from the game and the anime. And I don't know about you, but I think she's the first person who hasn't ever any experience of despair. All the Archon we have been done is most we lost two people of who lost and then regain as a motivation. But with this new Nalan main story quest and Marika, uh, was all greed and hope and stuff, and people just don't like it. I'm like, hey, I like the you say, Walter, diversity, something like that. Yeah, diversity for it. Hopes inside.
Yeah, but I actually Mavika has suffered like every other organ because like she had to watch her whole family die because well
Yeah,
she's 500 years old. So that's
yeah,
but she hasn't like suffered the same as like I don't know phone Furina for example. Like she basically had to play the best performance of generation. Like
that
she had to play an Archon for 500 years.
that, and also don't forget for Raiden Shoguns.
Yeah, rest in peace, her
Or,
sister.
or yeah, and don't forget Venti as well.
Venti can suffer in my opinion.
Hey,
He can suffer in my opinion. He's only drunk every time, so I don't care. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
I don't okay, yeah, I know you're joking. I I feel like I think one that hits me the most. I think all of them hit me the most. I think do feel sorry that Venti has to like deal with a lot of grief, especially with her best friend. There's something similar to Scaramouche as well into it. But like Venti's spirit is into the best friend's spirit, and and Venti just wants the monster to be have their own freedom rather than just relying on Archon, right? Which is kind of like nice pace of freedom. And then you see Hyung Lee, who wants to retire. He's been old. He's been battled the war for how many years now, and the guy is just like, I want to retire so badly.
Yeah.
And then you have Raiden Shogun who lost his sister over some over I think, oh, I don't remember one, but I know she lost her sister on the process, and her lost the best friend included over the
Yeah,
war.
and I don't know I don't know what was the case, but like I would have wished that her sister would have been would have been the pyro electric archon because at least she probably could cook. Unlike her sister, she cannot cook. I don't know what was the designing behind that, but still.
I think it's mostly because like we all know that A just doesn't want to cook.
Like the funniest thing is like she's the only character in the whole bloody game that cannot cook.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know it's a joke and they are leaning towards it, but still it's still funny.
it
And
is.
in not of course not every, but like in some animes, I'm quite sure, not 100, but quite sure that that is taken from some animes that some characters like female characters, if they cook, they cook like the food is will be like turned into be a poison or will be turned into someone else. Like that time I got reincarnated as slime. There's a character that basically cannot cook in that anime. So I don't know if they took inspiration from that or, but that thing that she cannot cook reminds me of those like characters that cannot cook in anime.
See, you're right, Walter. That is coming from that inspiration. They got that inspiration from that.
Okay, yeah, that's that came to my mind first when I saw Raid.
Yeah, you're not the only one actually. Great. quite a lot of people got that reference where that coming from. So yeah, you hit the nail on that one.
I don't mind it if they wanna lean towards a joke, then they can. I don't mind. And like I'm hopeful as also that freaking I know that they have to kind of nerf characters because of her of gameplay. Like of course they have to kind of nerf uh, Electro Archon because like she basically chatter like cut on half an island. Yeah, that would be broken as hell in a game, but still I would like to have that in Charitza. And I would say my last and when Genshin servers are gonna get closed down because they will get closed by at some point because every game is gonna like every online game is gonna end at some point. I'm sorry to tell everyone, but that will happen. I don't know when, but like when that happens, make Genshin make the Genshin to be a single player game. Fix the lip sync, make better animation on cutscenes, make the storylines feel like a little bit more like make the cutscenes an actual cutscenes. Remove the gacha element from make the only playable character the traveler, and remove like artifacts and make the game feel like more an RPG for the single player. Like sell that game for like I don't know $50. Like everything is improved that game. It's more like an RPG game than it's a gacha game. I'm quite sure that most of the players will buy that.
I think I kind of have to disagree with you there, Walter, because here's the thing. Even after all the story's done, they will put some DLC, and I don't think it'll get into the mood die. Because is the thing, the fandom is incredibly, I'm telling you, incredibly high. So they cannot get rid of Genshin that easily.
Yes, but like
Plus, it was, but plus, it's a huge. It was a huge hit since COVID. So since COVID hits, so I don't think they will shut down that game. They will.
yeah, not
They will use that game in a sense. They will add more DLCs and stuff like that. And I do heard that I don't know if it's from this is just from leak and this is my predictions. I heard that Genshin is making another one. It's called Genshin 1, version 1 or something. And it's gonna be like complete bit of different or sequel to Genshin. Something like that.
yeah, but like but like we have seen in nowadays for like first of all nowadays that live service games and online games will get shut down. And like if the game is like 100 years old, for example, which probably it will not be. I'm quite sure that the game is not gonna be like 100 years, maybe 90. I don't know. Like if the game doesn't sell, they will probably shut it down. But I don't hope it. Of course, it's a game that I like to play, but that is also like my wish in every online game that they will add a offline function thing that you can play offline. But like store elements, of course, it's gonna be closed. You can still play the game, enjoy the storylines, but you cannot basically use or buy from the store because well, single play. If you add a freaking store in a single player game, well, that's dumb in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. No, I agree. But I had the same conversation with my other friend, and they said like I don't think it'll die anytime soon, especially that popularity is gonna so grow and the revenue still there. So I know you'll say sooner or later it'll die, but like I don't know when, how long it's gonna
Yeah,
be.
that's the thing.
It'll shut down. Yeah, I don't know how long, but I don't think they will. I don't think they'll shut out for the longest, in my opinion, because I think, like I said, there was sequel coming up after the games, after all the story, then all the expansion of the Travatia, and as well as introducing all the characters included. So yeah, into it. But
Yeah, and like,
we'll see. But we'll see how it goes, honestly. Only time can tell.
and also, yeah, and also the thing is like, if they begin like the server costs are gonna get like way too high, then they have to increase like fish prices and that stuff, and then people are gonna angry and that stuff. But yeah, I'm like, it's just inevitable that everything and every online game will be shut down. Like, I don't know, maybe 30 years, 40 years, like at some point, because like server costs, development costs, etc., etc. But I'm quite sure the Genshin is gonna be around like at least over, I don't know, 10 years, over 20 years. I don't know, but like it's not gonna get shut down anytime soon. We all know that for sure.
Yeah, yeah, because it's the popularity is still growing.
Yeah,
We'll
and well, the one thing that keeps the games alive, well, money. If the game
yeah,
brings money to the company, it stays alive.
that is for sure. That is for sure.
and
And
and what I heard, Genshin's basically made over $1 billion, almost over $1 billion from like they have constantly made over $1 billion like the past 4 years. Of course, we don't know like with they didn't make $1 billion last year because people were disappointed with Natala, but still around like 900, 800 million.
not just Natman, as well as Anniversary.
Yeah, but like
The
yeah,
Anniversary.
but like the full like 2024 was the first year that they didn't made like the freaking billion mark. But
No,
like
no, the first anniversary was disaster. Then they made a second anniversary, then made it a bit worse, and they still didn't give it. And then I think it was the last year they just finally gave off standard character when they should have done that in the anniversary.
yeah, but
And
still, they have made quite a much of like
then
money.
on top, yeah, true. And on top of that, don't forget we still have not seen a animation coming from Genshin.
Yeah, because well, uh, oh well, I
Thank you
found it.
very much. Thank you for all the support. Here's your free animations and stuff like that. It's like, okay, that's cool.
I found it the freaking revenue, how much Genshin has made, like 2020, like from launch to this year. 2024, 1.4, 400 million, 2.1, like the full year, not based on like, not only the anniversary, but like full year. 2021, 8.8, 1.8 billion, 2022, 1.9, 2023, 1.3, and this, last year, 1.7. So that is like the freaking dip. If that is like correct amount, is really high, and they are probably like thinking how they are gonna like make the money back, but we'll see.
Yeah, and then
Probably a lot of people will like this
oh
year is gonna probably be a good year because like Snesnaya, Charitsa's Archon is getting released and that stuff. So.
Walter, you were lagging a bit
Oh god.
in between the conversation.
Oh well, I
But
freaking
I,
the point was what I was making, like the freaking Genshi's revenue is being basically from 2021 to 2023 around 1 point, I would say 6 million billion.
yeah,
At least according to that article, but and author's article that I saw. But like, anyways,
yeah.
they aren't like losing money. That's for sure.
Well, I mean, with the current situation and they still not listening with the players, I mean, what do you expect?
Yeah, but like
Because
700 million is still a great number for a game to make.
true, but then I thought about it, it's gonna be like a different companies at the same time. And on top of that, I think yeah, from what I'm hearing, that Hoya was having a different company with. Genshin, whereas HSR has also different station as well. HSR is doing good because they're giving out like a good amount of um, tickets to gain, and it's like very interesting in a sense. Um, I just do hope Genshin can repair that too as well. I do hope so. You know, it's a very lovely game. It's most first gacha game I played basically. Then and it has a sentimental into it, but it's such a shame it comes to that. You know, so much conflict, and
Yeah.
then slow progress. And like I do understand, but they should have is what I'm saying is just should not ignore so much players along,
Oh
and then bring
yeah.
more and then bring more staff as well.
Yeah, I would say the solution is, well, first of all, probably because probably Honkai Star Rail is doing great because their team, because well, Hoyoverse is not like mainly the whole team doesn't like development like Honkai Star Rail games. They have separate teams for like Honkai and Genshin. I would say get some people from Honkai Star Rail team to Genshin to give them like ideas and give them like tips, like what to do for a community and that stuff.
Not only that, don't forget that there's a team CEO. I do hear that the main CEO of the Genshin who holds this are very greedy, but
That's
I could
no
be wrong.
that
I could be
if that is true, well, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, because there was a record was saying that this person used to work another company. I think it was one of the game, and a lot of people went riot on him, and resigned that company and the game, and then he came to Genshin, make things double hard. So I think it's mean. I think in from what I if that's true, I think like I said, they should have changed the different of the CEO of the Genshin, so they won't be so tight or something, making a bad decision for that.
But
And then also like the anniversary as well. Like there was a contribution in that. That's also going to win hellfire as well because of the main person. It's not the Darway one. I know that one.
yeah,
But like I said, it's just one of the rumors and a theory people saying. So yeah,
yeah. Well, one thing I will always give Genshin that Dai Wei or Liu Wei, aka his
yeah,
real name, is really funny when I see him in like the anniversary, like being basically being a goofball.
it's
And like what I understand, what I have like understand it, like Chinese community, that he's like in communities speaking, like joking around and that stuff. So that is way better than like what like Western CEOs like Bobby Kotick, for example, has done, or like other like game company CEOs that just take the money and aren't in the community. They're just like for the money. And but at least from the outside view, it looks like Dai is enjoying his time with the company and is having fun with their player base.
yeah, yeah. I agree. And then like I said, Wuthering Waves also doing really good. They listen players and adding more features. Things Genshin should have added a long time ago. And I think also because the Wuthering Wave is genuine, and as well love to have playlists and play the game, and as well love doing the projects. And I think this main CEO is a very general person, good people who giving you know giving employee a good raise and pay. I also saw there's a news. I think not long too time ago. think it's around like last year, I think, that Wuthering Waves staff, they did really good. So they're giving up free PlayStation 5 and
Yeah, that I also
merchant,
heard.
all that, which is really nice, you know. It's really good. I like that, how they did that. And they did the same thing with when PGR as well. So PGR, as if you know, is Punishing Grey Raven. Uh, it's really nice. Kuru has literally one of those. I out of all the companies, I think I did Kuru Games was just really one of those general companies.
Yeah.
I do hope the other company have the follow example of what Kuru is doing, because I do admire Kuru, what they're doing and how they treat their staff and all that, as well as the creators. And
True
I
enough.
and I and I do see HSL also doing well too. Like you said, it's also with the different teams and stuff like that. And I do hope Genshin gets, you know, repair well.
If
So yeah.
and also when if freaking whenever or if Genshin is gonna add more crossovers, like I don't know, maybe they add like Aloy type of like if you're gonna make that type more crossover, please make Aloy at least have a constellation or that character have a constellation, unlike Aloy doesn't
And
have.
then as well as Switch too. Switch. Yeah. They were
Yeah,
trying to announce on Switch consolation. Which was
yeah, and
pretty good.
like the problem of I'm guessing probably the freaking reason like why Genshin what hasn't been added to Switch is probably because the hardware on Switch is basically potato. And the freaking game Genshin like the game in itself is somewhat like difficult to run on like a potato like phones like uh, cheaper phones, but maybe they actually release Genshin on hopefully they release on the freaking Genshin on a Nintendo Switch too. But at least they released on it on Xbox, so that's something. That's something really good. And like, uh, I don't know why they haven't. Don't have a clue. Don't have a clue, but like, hopefully they add it. But they wouldn't be lying because they said on a Nintendo Switch. They didn't say is it on the first one or on the second one. They didn't say, so they are technically not like saying this didn't came out on a Nintendo Switch. They just didn't say which one. And
Yeah.
hopefully, just I'm hopeful for the future of the game, but of course, have a skeptical eye. It's better to have a skeptical eye than be overhyped.
True. True. And and also now also the fact that HSL is collabing with Fate's game, which is really good. I didn't expect that, because like I thought they're gonna link in the University of Honkai Impact, like how Honkai Impact bring Sparkle into the game from HSL.
Yep, that was something that I didn't expect it, even though I don't play the game, but I was still pretty happy with the thing that they would, because I feel like that game is more would be more good for like crossovers than Genshin, because like Genshin is only like a single planet basically, but Honkai Star Rail is like a sky skiffy sci-fi like game, so I would say that's probably more like that would work in that environment. But I'm still of course if Genshin would add it like I don't know Attack on Titan or Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood collab, I would be of course hella happy. Or like like
So let's
my favorite like series. If they would add it, I would be happy, of course.
so let's say if Genshin ever makes a collab, what kind of collab would you expect? Did you say Brotherhood, right? You said.
Yeah, I would, because like there's in no, well, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood would work because like Genshin has already like alchemist in the game, so that will just
Yeah.
go in hand. Like what else? Mm, uh,
And if they're making collab like what they did with Aloy, I really do hope they give the weapons as well with it,
uh,
and not restricted to PlayStation 5 or PlayStation.
yeah, but that was probably because of Sony. Because well, they are the IP
Mm,
owners. They will get the last word, like how the character works in their game in Genshin. So
I heard that, and oh my god, when I hear that, I was like, come on, really now?
Sony and Xbox both are quite protective with about their IPs. Well, understandable, it's their IPs, but still, they are like leaning towards like they are not like letting, like if they make a crossover with X game, they are not like let them do whatever they want. It's the same like when people say like if like in Dead by Daylight, if people want a skins for like licensed characters, well, behavior cannot make skins for them without like asking the IP holders a permission for the skins or to add like new features. They have to ask like they have to ask the IP holders the permission to like add new skins. So it's just dumb and slow progress process to freaking to do stuff with different IP owners. Of course, different. It depends on the IP holder. Some IP holders are like, okay, you can do that, and or you can do that, or this and that and that. But some are like, no, 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 you are not doing that. No, 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 no.
Yeah, yeah,
It
no.
it depends on the company. All right. I would say I've mm, I've mm, I okay. This is gonna be the last question because it's been already 2 hours, and the question is what your plans are for the future.
Oh, okay.
Any projects that you have that are coming, or in generally?
Yeah, do check it out because my song cover is gonna come.
Nice.
Hopefully it will be. I don't know what date, but it'll be soon. Just check on my YouTube website
Everything's
as well as
going to be everything's going to be linked below. So go and follow her
yeah.
in every social.
Yes. So stay tuned and keep on the tabs and put your notification on. You'll get to hear that. And as well as my debut for my model, I don't know because I had a little thinking when should I debut my model? Maybe I should do like around summer holidays or something, or I don't know. Because I know you also. Oh, by the way, Walter, congratulations for your model as well. Because it's really. I heard that you're gonna get
Yep.
2.0 model
Yep.
for my metros. So congratulations. Have you decided when you're gonna debut?
Well, the thing is, I don't have it yet, so, but I'm gonna get it on probably like middle of spring, like next.
Wow.
Either I'm gonna order it like a middle of spring, like either next month or April, March, May, around like that time. I'm gonna order it. I'm not saying when I'm gonna debut because I don't know. So I don't wanna give like a hit like a deadline. But like I'm gonna order it on a middle spring. Let's see how long it does like take to be done. Uh,
I know, I
my
know, I know, I know it'll take longer,
yeah,
but it's worth it at the end.
I know that artists usually take like a good time, which that's fine with like models. Of course, it's better to take their time than rush. Like we'll see. I'm not saying like when, because I don't know.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
continue.
Oh no. You can finish your sentence and then I'll add mine.
Because I forgot what I wanted to say. I forgot. So continue.
Don't worry, don't worry. So okay, so for with mine, I like I said to previous conversation, I'm not sure when do I start with my debut. So probably during summer. Don't know the confirmation date yet, but like I said, do check out my X and Bluesky. That's where I normally announce it, and hopefully you guys will see me in the Twitch and give me a wholesome, friendly highs, and hopefully we can have a good time. Yeah, and also you could be a Gucci beanie. Be my beanies fans. And Walter, you're a beanie, remember? You're a part of the beanies.
All right.
Yeah. By the way, Walter, I have a quick question. What do you call your community?
Don't have a name yet.
Oh, really?
Because
You haven't thought of
yeah, because like I'm saving those like things from like the 2.0. I'm calling 2.0, but like it's more like a different like whole. I'm gonna change the name of the name that I currently have. I'm gonna say like everything is gonna be changed. Like I'm gonna say like I knew that from the start. Like when I got the 3D model, I knew that that's not gonna be the final model. So that's like for the reason I didn't get like I have only like 5 emotes. I know that I'm gonna get more. I'm gonna get a lot more like emotes, overlays, and that stuff of the
well,
two model. So I didn't want to figure like name the mod, like name the fans, name the community yet. And also I didn't know.
that's right.
I didn't know. I didn't have a clue. That's also the reason.
It's fine, like I said, take your time. Like I said from the beginning, and when you start with YouTube, it always enjoy and take your time. The true beauty will come and shine. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
And and it's really good, and we're all excited to see your model as well as mine. As you can say that my model art by Akira Roxy, if sorry if I pronounce it wrong, but yeah, she go check her out. She's really amazing. Absolutely lovely person to talk, and as well she's giving me a good example of how the reaching model works and stuff, and asking, and if there is like any pieces I wanted or anything, I can always ask her, oh, could you do this little change here and then, and she's like, oh, that's fine, no worries. So she's a very sweetheart. Please do check her out. And my rigger, as you can see, there's a little tease going around. I posted on X as well as Blue Skies. She did a really good job. Her name is Chiburu Ruby. Again, please check her out. She's also very lovely. She's absolutely sweet, and she's one of she's it's really nice, honestly, and I can't wait for the final product of the full rigid with a lot of surprises going on. So yeah, stay tuned for that one. And after the debut, I hopefully plan to release some song covers. I know a few of them song covers are done. They just need to be some of them illustrations, and as well as make a video of them. And guys, so there's another surprise for you, and it's that let's just say there'll be another song, but I'm collaborating with someone. So yeah, do stay tuned on this part as well. So again, check on the Twitters and Blue Sky, and hopefully as well we might also like wink wink. Hopefully we can show everyone on their platforms, like YouTube's, to see how they react. And I hope you also there, Walter.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
But
You're
yeah,
the Gucci beanie.
I would say that's everything that I wanted to talk with you.
No, No worries. Yeah, it was lovely chat with you. Oh, actually, we didn't get to. Actually, I want to know a bit more before we end the conversation. How did you explain? How did you met Eric actually?
Yeah, freaking. Yeah, we forgot to talk about that. Uh, a friend of mine were interviewed by him, and then I was like, "This is fun. That looks like fun." And then DM'd him on Twitter, and then we talk about when would be appropriate time, and bada bim bada boom. And then we got then we confirmed the time when it will be recorded, and then after that, Eric usually. And those people don't know Eric Choi interview. He interviews VTubers. Like he has done like 400 episodes.
Yeah,
Around like that.
apparently he's gonna do another one as well, season 2, and I was already featured, first featured by the way, so taking that one out. But yeah, I saw your interview with Eric. It's really good. I like that. I like that how you I had like few sneak peek mostly that, but it's really good. I'm really proud of Eric for doing it, and shout out to him because he was sweet dude, very lovable to talk, very bubbly. We banter each other. Um and it's really nice that he invited me again. I'm being very humble, and as well as my community as well. And also, I want to thank to you, Walter, for inviting me. I had a really good time, and it was very interesting topics we have been discussing. And thank you so much. I appreciate it really,
Always.
despite there's a uh, bit of politician, but overall I still enjoyed it. I I had a very fun time, and I do hope if you're gonna do another podcast, yeah, hit me up. I'm up for that.
I will remember that. Mm. But yeah, everything on Yuga's Yuga's I can speak. Every Yuga's social media is gonna be linked down below. Everything. I and sorry if I forgot. I will add them later if I forgot, but I usually don't. So go and follow her everything, and go follow on her on Twitch. I presume you stream.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
look on my Twitch, and then you will see the social media, so you can click on that one if you can.
and that will be linked below. And yeah, I
Definitely.
will see. And thanks everybody who turned in and listened this.
Thank you guys. I'll see you in the next soon, yeah? And thank you for having me once again, Walter. Appreciate it. You're absolutely smashing host.
Thank you. And yeah,
Bye.
bye.